Hi ladies, we are back for day 2 of the Beyonce style marketing video. So if you missed out on the teaser video in day 1's training, then I'm going to need you to go back and check those out because you're going to need to get that information first before you use today's training. And of course, you need your proper tools if you're going to utilize all of this great information. Now, what is that tool that I'm talking about? I am talking about the Blog Beast. The Blog Beast that is launching in just about 4 more days. On the 18th, and I could have that wrong because sometimes I do. I may have wrong, maybe it's 3 days. But in either case, it's opening up on the 18th, and I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need to be able to use the Blog Beast effectively. So in order to be able to be first on that list, to be able to take advantage of this hot new product launch, then you're going to need to click on the link below and get on my email list so you can stay tuned to when the carts open up so you can be first in line to get that hot new tool to take your business and your brand globally. So let's get into it. Now, you heard the song for today of Beyonce's hit, Crazy in Love. This is one of her biggest hits ever. So, now, how does this Crazy in Love relate to training? Well, one thing that you want to have if you're going to have a successful business, you want people to fall in love with your brand. Now, how do you do that in today's society? Well, of course, we're in the information age, and everything is about technology. We're on blogging, social media marketing, email marketing, advertising, everything to do with online. But today we're going to talk specifically about blogging and social media marketing. If you're not blogging or if you're not utilizing social media to advertise your brand, then you're missing out on tons and thousands of customers. You have to do it in this day and age to be able to build a successful and long-standing brand. Now, blogs are very, very, very important, and they're often underutilized. People think that they need to go and get a website and start from scratch and build a blog from scratch. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that is exactly the way that you do not want to build your blog. You want something quick and easy that's going to allow you to start blogging immediately. Hint, hint, cuckoo, the Blog Bees. So make sure you click on that link below and take advantage of that. But more importantly, blogs are helping to build brands all around the world. Actually, 92% of companies that update their blogs daily acquire at least one customer from that. And what's so more important about blogging is that it allows your customers to really find out about your brand. Now, I was reading this actually yesterday in the book that I recommended to you yesterday called Choose Yourself. I was reading the author's story and how he told, how blogging has helped to build his business to $1 million business. He relates that to his blog alone. Now, it wasn't because he made money specifically from his blog, which you can do that, but it's because his customers fell in love with him through his blogging because it allowed him to become an expert in his field. And once you do that, you have customers for life who are going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming to you. And even better than that, they're going to recommend their network to you as well. And that's why you want to take advantage of blogging, because you want to become the expert in your field. And you want your customers to be able to have the behind the scenes look about your brand. Gone are their days of just throwing up websites and leaving them on there. And you know why that's not such a good idea is because, just a basic standard website is stagnant. There's no consistent activity on there. Once you go up to your website, you put your company information, you put your product or your service up there. And then, how often do you update your website? Maybe quarterly to tweak it up and make it look a little pretty. So why would your customers here want to know about that? We're in the information age. We want to know everything about your business and your brand if we're going to spend our dollar with you. Why? Because competition is an all-time high. So why should I go spend my money with your company versus the company that's similar to you next door? Is because I've made a connection with you. I can relate to you through your blog. And now I'm hooked, and now every time you drop a new product or a service, I'm there waiting in line with my credit card in hand to give you my money. Now, How this comes into play with social media is, well, okay, if you're going to build this great blog, you need a place to share your blog. And what you want to do is share it on every social media site where your target customer is going to be. So if your target's on Facebook, then you want to be all over Facebook. If your target's on Twitter, if they're on LinkedIn, if they're using StumbleUpon, Pinterest, I mean, there's just tons and tons of social media sites out there right now. You can share all your great content with the world. Think about it. There are billions of people who utilize the internet daily. But the real question is, how many of them know about your business and your brand? Now, one thing I can tell you that they do know about, that's Beyonce. Now, how she utilizes social media successfully and blogging as well, because if you do not know, Beyonce has her own blog. She utilizes Tumblr to be able to discuss her brand. Now, that takes me to another important point. In order to have a successful blog, you're going to need a successful blogging platform. Now, what are blogging platforms? Blogging platforms are sites that are already made for you, and they allow you to just jump on, create your own site, and start blogging immediately. Now, typically, these blogs already have, a built-up strength and authority behind them that gives your site ranking. Now, in the important world of Google ranking and site rankings and Alexa rankings, it's important to have some authority behind your blog, because it takes at least 90 days for your blog and your website to get recognized on the Google search engines. Now, the importance of that is that you need to be able to get out there and you want to hit your customers immediately. You want them to be able to search for your brand or your company name and be able to find you and not get lost in between the millions of websites that are out there. But you're going to need to utilize a platform that has strength. One of the great things about the Blog Beast platform is that it's one of the top websites in the United States and even one of the top websites in the world. Right now, it's ranked in the top 200 Alexa rankings of all websites that exist in the United States. If you don't know how powerful that is, I need you to go after you complete this video and research the value of Alexa rankings. That's humongous. That means that the Blog Beast has beat out some top companies like CNN.com. It's beat out Oprah.com. And those are brands that have been around for decades. The Blog Beast platform has only been around for a week, maybe. And the company itself has been around it's celebrating 2 years this year. So think about that. Think about in the next 10 years, if it already is ranked in the top 200 after being 2 years in existence, think about what it's going to be like in the next decade. And think about what that can do for your business and your brand to have your information on a platform like that. Think about the many and many of eyes that will be on your business by having that authority backing your blog. So, the takeaways from this training today is 1. You need to establish a blog to be able to build your brand. I'm sorry, you can't get around it. If you yourself do not like blogging, then what I would encourage you to do is find someone and outsource that information. There are tons of virtual assistants out here that can help you. As a matter of fact, on today's blog at isyourmoneyfunny.com, I will recommend some virtual assistant sites that can help you to be able to find an assistant maybe in India or somewhere where they charge like $4 to $6 an hour, which is really dirt cheap. Find college interns. You can pay them, $5-10 an hour to go ahead and do things that they're already doing all day. These young kids, they spend all day and all night on the computers, on social media sites. So you might as well give them some extra money for doing it and have them to help you share your great information about your brand. But there's many ways to do it, but the point of the matter is you have to do it, guys, okay? And then secondly, you want to make sure that you're sharing all of your great content all across the social media world. Don't create this great information and don't share it with anyone. Now, look, I am just as guilty of that too. Sometimes I will write amazing information. I'll just be sitting at my computer all day. I'll crank out information. And sometimes I write so much I forget that I write it and I won't share it. But you don't want to do that, okay? You want to make sure that every single day you are consistent and you are sending out a blog to the world, because eventually people who do follow you will get accustomed to seeing your blog and reading it every single day. And then when you miss a day, they're like, okay, well, where did you go? I know it's funny. I took a day off this week from social media just to, spend some time with my family at home and just have a non-computer day, and just had to we played board games, and we did things outside and things like that. And I had some friends like, okay, Tiffany, you've been so absent from the computer today. Like, where are you? What's going on? Are you okay? So, I mean, once you build a presence online, people get used to, hearing from you daily. And actually, some people actually rely on that information, because you can be a source of information or go-to information for those people. So make sure that you are consistent. And last but not least, which is very, 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 very important and key to bring all of this information together, is to get on my email list below so you can be first in line for the Blog Beast release on October 18th. Because what you're going to want to do is be able to utilize this blogging platform to take your business and your brand to the masses. Okay, guys? So make sure that you stay tuned for tomorrow's training. And this wraps up the Crazy in Love Beyonce style marketing training for today, where we're going to make sure that people fall crazy in love with your business and your brand. And come back tomorrow for another great training. This is Tiffany Graham, and I will see you later. Bye.